We published our All-American team yesterday. Jake Slaughter was our first-team center. I know it's been a tough year for Florida on offense, but I'll tell you what, every pro scout, every coach that I trust, when I started talking about interior offensive lineman, his name was one of the first they mentioned.
Interesting. Always appreciate you, Chris. Thank you for your time and your friendship over the years, and have a great holiday, too.
Okay, same to you guys. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, Chris. Knows his stuff. Chris Lowe, On3, senior college football reporter. That's our first hour. Hour 2 coming up. Still plenty of guests. There'll be time for you to call in, too, with your emails as well. And again, I want to thank our first hour sponsor, Quality Plumbing, for being here on the show as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF.
No one brings you the NFL like we do. WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
The holidays are here and Miapa has your meal ready. Give your kitchen the night off and order a holiday dinner from Miapa for your family gathering, holiday party, or corporate event. Miapa's got your entire meal covered, from the roasted turkey or pernil ham to your favorite Miapa sides, like rice and beans, Cuban bread, and of course, sweet plantains. All starting at $109.99. With 6 convenient locations, no one caters better than Miapa. Don't let cooking get in the way of a great meal. Get your holiday dinner at Miapa Latin Cafe.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howabouttoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
This holiday season, give a gift that truly saves lives. A life jacket isn't just smart, it's essential for every boater you love. Whether they're cruising Florida's lakes or fishing offshore, safety should always come first. Before your holiday shopping, visit wearitflorida.com for life jacket guidelines and make this holiday unforgettable, because the best gift you can give is life. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by International Diamond Center, Domino's, Atlantic Roofing, Meldon Law, Los Linderos Tequila, Comfort Temp, Campus USA Credit Union, Pomodoro Cafe, Titan MRI and Imaging, Silverback Concrete, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Crystal Air, Miapa Latin Cafe, Radware, Fairlife Milk, Gator Trim Lights, Quality Plumbing, Doreen Wiebe Realtor Caldwell Banker, and The Head Beer Coach.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Thursday. I'm Steve Russell. Thank you for making us part of your day. Appreciate you doing that. Love talking sports with you as we come to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, as always, fueled by our friends at Southeast Car Agency. We're going to go right to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line, and also want to make sure that we thank our second hour sponsor, Crystal Air and Water, servicing air conditioners, heat pumps, and furnaces for all of North Central Florida. They're not comfortable until you are. Well, I'm comfortable bringing in my next guest because he knows his stuff. Dalton Wasserman has been with us talking NFL for a lot of the year from Pro Football Focus. Dalton, it's amazing that in this day and age of, the quarterback maybe being the most important position in sports, we're talking about a 44-year-old coming out of retirement. Pretty stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, and I don't really know what to expect, whether or not the Colts are going to start Riley Leonard or Phillip Rivers on Sunday, but it just speaks to how desperate the Colts are right now, right, with their season on the line. They've fallen out of first place after such a good start, starting 7-1. Daniel Jones and his injury. Don't forget Anthony Richardson and that freak accident he had pregame 1 week, and that's the reason he's not playing in this game. So, look, the Colts are trying to find any way they can to save this season. They have a good team. They've got a good run game. Their defense has played reasonably well, but if you don't have a quarterback, it's very hard to win in the league, and this is how desperate they are right now.
I wasn't too sure about the Jags starting the year, Dalton, but I think Liam Cohen is in line to be a Coach of the Year candidate. They're just a much tougher, more physical team, and they do a good job on defense. What's your thoughts on the Jags?
I think that's a great way to put it, Steve, is that they are a much more physical team than they have been the past several years. They can really run the football with some pieces they added on that offensive line, and Travis Etienne's been really good all year. Their defense is so much better. I can't say enough for the job that their defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile, has done with that defense. They've got studs like Devin Lloyd and Josh Hines-Allen, and again, they play a really physical brand of football on both sides of the ball, and now it feels like the last piece we were waiting for, Trevor Lawrence, to get a little more consistent. Feels like the last couple weeks he's starting to do that, and if he continues that towards the end of the season here, they are going to be very, very dangerous.
Are the Ravens and Chiefs done?
I think the Chiefs are just about done. I'm going to save it for the Ravens for maybe another week or so. We'll see how they can come into Cincinnati and play against a Joe Burrow-led team that beat them a couple weeks ago. But the Chiefs at this point, they really need a lot to happen in their favor, starting with a win this week against the Chargers. That would be huge to at least give them a chance. But I think the Chiefs are just about done. The Ravens, being that they play in a weaker division, at least have a pulse for now.
A team that's fascinating to me, Dalton, or the Patriots, in that Vrabel's come in there and completely turned them around. Now, do they have a favorable schedule? Yes. A division that they play in? Yes. But you never see them on national television, and yet they're sitting where they are. Has his performance and what the Patriots have done surprised you?
Yeah, to this level, yeah. I thought they would be improved. They brought in a lot of nice veteran talent, and I thought had a really good draft. I figured they might be somewhere around a 500 team, maybe a fringy wildcard contender. I did not think they'd be in contention for the number one seed, but you mentioned it. That coaching staff, a veteran coaching staff, Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels in particular, doing an outstanding job coaching that team. And then they brought in a lot of the right veterans to go in with that young team that they have, right? A guy like Stephon Diggs at wide receiver, a guy like Robert Spillane at linebacker. It's just the right mix of guys, and they've gotten through just about every bit of adversity that they have gone through, even though they've won, 10 games in a row now. And you're looking at this team having a chance to clinch their division this week against the Bills. I mean, it is shocking that they turn this around at this level this quickly.
It amazes me. Maybe we took for granted the career year Barkley had last year, and if you're measuring against that standard, he's struggled. He's had a decent year. But why are the Eagles having trouble scoring?
It's a combination of things. I mean, keep in mind, too, they lost their offensive coordinator again in Kellen Moore taking the Saints head coaching job. The offense has not been creative at all. They're not getting under center enough and using enough deception in their offense. The offensive line simply has not been as good. In past years, we've talked about this offensive line being the best in football, and this year they've been much more average, and they've dealt with some injuries. And then Saquon himself took on such a heavy workload last year. Yes, a record-setting year, but also, one of the highest total touches numbers in the history of the NFL. You got to come back and recover with a shorter offseason after that. I just think there's a combination of factors. It's Jalen Hurts, it's the run game, it's the play calling, a little bit of everything that's really contributing to those struggles right now. That's why the Eagles don't look great.
Dalton Wasserman joining us here, Pro Football Focus, talking a little National Football League. Sean Payton is not Mr. Personality and really never has been. But again, I didn't think the Broncos would be, 11-2 or whatever they are. Have they surprised you at all?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I still like the Chiefs to win that division coming into the season just because they had won 9 in a row and they had the reputation. But Denver's certainly up and coming, and you look at how good they are in the trenches is where it really starts for them. Well, that's where Sean Payton takes pride. His offensive line and his defensive line are outstanding, and they make the lives of everybody around them so much easier, including their quarterback, Bo Nix, right? And they've had to deal with some injuries, especially J.K. Dobbins at running back. They're trying to figure out how to run the football and balance some things out. But as long as you're as good in the trenches as they are, because you could argue they're the best trench team in the league right now, that gives you that floor week in and week out to go, okay, we know things are going to be fine in there. We just got to figure it out with the skill guys around it, and they've done that so far.
A coach left for dead was in Miami, and all of a sudden, they're in the fringe of the playoffs. Does he save his job?
I think he has, honestly, unless you get a collapse and them losing their last 4 games. But they're back at least on the fringe of a wild card race. They're playing a lot better, right? Offensively, they've kind of losing Tyreek Hill was such a big loss, but they've run the football well and they've figured out what their wheelhouse is on offense. And their defense, it's not fantastic, but they're just playing more fundamentally sound football than the first half of the year. And that might not sound like a big deal, but for a team that was really reeling early in the season, what did they start 1-6? I mean, anything helps, right? So they've been better on both sides of the ball, and it's real interesting to see if they win this week in Pittsburgh, because if they get that win, all of a sudden you really talk about them like, what, at least they have a chance if they were to stay hot here and win out.
Last 2 things for you. Houston is a team I wouldn't want to play right now. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. That's arguably the best defense in football. They're finding their groove on offense. It's not clicking on all cylinders yet, but that might be a reason that they're even more dangerous, because if they do find it with C.J. Stroud and the run game and everything else that they have the weapons to do it. They just got to block well enough. If they start firing on all cylinders offensively, they're extremely dangerous, because no matter who you're playing right now, if you're playing Houston, you're not scoring more than 20 points, and that's a major asset to have going into the postseason.
Last thing. I've never been a Cowboys fan from when I was a child. America's team, all that nonsense, okay? For all the hype that they get, there's, 6-6, I think? Where is this franchise? I just don't see the hype around this franchise. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, in total this year, they're exactly what their record says they are, right? They're 6-6-1. They are an average football team with, some strengths like Dak Prescott and the passing game, right? And then some weaknesses like their secondary. They've gotten better on the defensive line. That Quinnen Williams trade has helped them up front. The pass rush is a lot better, but is it too little too late? They're going to have to win all of their games and still hope that Philadelphia loses a couple to get ahead of them with that tie and everything like that. But they're every bit of a decent football team with a very good veteran quarterback, but they have enough flaws on defense that have obviously held them back this year. So, again, I think their record says what they are. They're an average team who on any given day they can beat you, but on any given day, like you saw last week against Detroit, they can give up 40-something points, and that's really a problem. When your defense is that inconsistent, it's hard to win week in and week out.
Last question for you. Pete Carroll's a great coach, but the Raiders are awful. They're just god-awful. Does he get let go? Do you think there's a chance he wouldn't coach next year?
I think there's definitely a chance. I would actually describe it right now, I think, as probably 50-50. Wow. I don't see any way, especially with as high as they're going to be picking in the draft, potentially getting a new quarterback. I don't think Geno Smith is going to stay. He has regressed back into just a level that I didn't think he would be this bad at all this season, certainly. And Pete Carroll, along with that, if they want to go with a full reset, both at head coach and quarterback, they have an opportunity to do that. It's one of the biggest decisions in football that's going to have to be made probably by early to mid-March, if not sooner. But I expect Geno Smith not to be their starting quarterback. I think they're going to draft a new one, and the decision then is going to be, will Pete Carroll be the guy to lead the team? I really think it might be 50-50 right now.
Interesting. Where can people see your work, Dalton?
PFF.com, as always, with a PFF Plus subscription, promo code HOLIDAY30 for 30% off. And then, as always, a PFF NFL show and the PFF College Football Show on YouTube. We're loading up for the College Football Playoff with our preview content starting tomorrow and going all the way through next week.
Always good stuff. You guys do a great job with Pro Football Focus. Thanks for your time, and have a great holiday. I appreciate you being here all year long.
Appreciate you, as always, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you, Dalton. He knows his stuff. Dalton Wasserman, Pro Football Focus. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and when we do, I'm going to talk a little college basketball with you. Stay with us on Sports Scene on WRUF. Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45-plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45-plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Transform your home with Gator Trim Lights. Professionally installed, permanent outdoor lighting that disappears by day and dazzles by night. Our patented color-matched channel blends seamlessly with your roof line. No clips, no wires, just a clean, custom look. Use the easy app to light up the holidays, birthdays, game days, any day. Energy efficient, built to last, and backed by a lifetime product warranty. Schedule your free estimate today at GatorTrimLight.com.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
No, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
90 years ago, 9 University of Florida faculty members started something big, Campus USA Credit Union, the first credit union on a U.S. college campus. Today, Campus USA is 160,000 members strong, proudly serving the community with auto loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Whether you're just starting out or building your future, Campus is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by any campus location or join the team at campuscu.com. Campus USA Credit Union, celebrating 90 years of better banking.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, drinks, and fun.
Look at your hood, your bumper, that door ding you swore you'd fix last year. Mako sees it too, and we make it easy to take care of, from scratches to full makeovers. We've been trusted for over 50 years to get cars looking like new again. And we're not just for drivers like you and me. Mako is the largest fleet cosmetic repair provider in the country. So whether it's one car or 50, go with the brand you can trust. Better get Mako. Visit Mako.com or stop by Mako in Gainesville today on Main Street.
Your home for Gator basketball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Welcome back to Sports Scene, sponsored this hour by Crystal Air and Water. Giselle is now producing today. And again, if you have any Facebook Live questions, she'll forward them to me, courtesy of Ruse Oak State Farm. Any YouTube questions, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. We're going to talk some basketball now. A long-time friend of our show here, Mike DeCourcy, been covering college basketball for the Sporting News for a long time. Mike, I got your message. If you have to go, I understand, certainly. Welcome back. Here in Gainesville, the defending champions are 5-4, and, you know, there's some angst here, but they've lost to some pretty good teams, and they're still kind of finding their way. What do you see with this Florida team so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think first you say that the schedule has been extraordinarily challenging. And some of the teams that have done that, Arizona, UConn, a few others, it hasn't mattered. Duke is another. They have conquered their difficult schedules and have done very well. Others, like Kentucky and the Gators, have struggled for various reasons and to varying degrees. And I don't think that that any Florida fan at this stage would trade rosters or circumstances for what Kentucky's going through right now. So got to think about the level of angst that you're experiencing. I can give you the reasons to be excited, and it starts with Thomas Houck. I mean, he has been fantastic. He's played like an All-American through the first several games. Not a surprise to me. I think I had him on our preseason All-America team. I know he's been one of my favorite players since I got to watch 4 games of their run to the championship last year. I was at their sub-regional as well as the Final Four and absolutely fell in love with him as a player. He's fantastic. And the position switch has not impacted his ability to impact games. He's been outstanding. There's still you still want to get more out of Alex Condon, especially in the tougher games. You still want to have maybe a little bit more defined role for Chinaloo, although I think he's been coming along. I thought there were some good moments at the end of the most recent game. And then Xavier Lee, who at the start of the season was really struggling with the change in role and the change in circumstance, and looked the other night like he's starting to come along.
Who are some other teams early now, Mike, that you like?
Well, I really still believe in Houston. I know that they've kind of they kind of got shoved off the front page, so to speak, to use an analogy more of my era, because they lost in Vegas, but I still think that they have a chance to be special. Purdue got knocked back a little bit. I mean, right now my number one overall seed is Duke because they're the most accomplished team. I still think they have a few holes in the way they're doing things, and I'm not sure whether, like a year ago, they tried to get by at point guard with a very good player. Sion James is in the NBA now, I think. Last time I looked, he was, and so that circumstance is really good, but they need to have more confirmation at the point guard spot, and I think that's it. And I do have to go, Steve. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Mike, I appreciate it. We'll get you back. Thank you. He had an emergency that he had to take care of at work, but he at least came on and let you know his thoughts here. And, Mike, thank you for doing that. Okay, that opens up some time here for us. 392-8255. That's the Titan MRI Imaging phone line, the International Diamond Center email, askrussell@wruf.com. Kurt says, it's a lot like they say after a divorce. They never would do that with me. Sometimes some pain can teach you to change your ways. Hope you keep trying to get Sumrall Strickland, Caldwell, coordinator, staff, and others involved on the air. Same can be said for them. Being more transparent, sharing the truth with the fans can go a long way toward controlling negative, false narratives and speculation to keep building trust with the fans. It's a big part of the gig. Kurt, I can assure you, and I always have, any coach is welcome here anytime. A, I love doing the interviews, but B, I think just for what you said, I think hearing the coach, outside of a stiff, press conference setting is good. And I am going to really work at that. I promise you. BB says, with Michigan, kind of shocked, could have had an idea sooner. Maybe it was unavoidable. What do they do? And the newly hired head coaches had any ties to coaching in that area of the country. And with Bowles, he says, ignoring that some ADs took their football and teams home. Some players opted out due for shopping for a new Lamborghini. Which of the non-playoff related bowls jump out to you as being interesting? I'm actually going to do that tomorrow because I think a few of them are. But once again, right, which teams are interested, which teams show up, I think that's a big deal here. Greg, since Bama's opened the door for making the CFP with 3 losses, do you see more 3-loss teams making it in years to come? Yes, I do, for 2 reasons. One, I do think strength of schedule matters, and that's one of the factors and Alabama got to the championship game that got them in. And number 2, I think they're going to expand the field at some point. So if the field is expanded, I think you will see, more teams in this. I don't think it's a matter of if, Greg, they're going to expand it. I just think it's a matter of when. I really do believe that is going to happen. By the way, I still want to hear from you today. So one more interview is coming up, and then the final segment will have time for your questions, calls, and comments. But I really like this time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. And tomorrow, we are going to play Santa Claus. That's right. We're going to be Santy. Because WRUF has given away 4 pair of 4-day passes to Welcome to Rockville tomorrow. Of course, that's going to be at Daytona. So 4 pairs of 4-day passes. 1 pair given during each of our shows. That's tomorrow. Okay? The song you listen for is Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. When you hear it, be the 9th caller. You'll win a pair of 4-day passes. Again, passes. 1 winner for each show and no repeat winners. If you win, do not call and get more. You will be refused. You'll be denied. You'll be X'd. So don't do that. Okay? And don't forget the Rally House gift card play of the week during Sports Lab with Kevin. That'll be at 2 o'clock as well. So again, that's going to be tomorrow. Merry, merry, happy, happy from us. And we'll do that all day tomorrow. Philip says, Steve, do you wish Billy Napier well? Yes, I do. Billy was terrific to me. And nothing but good to say about him. So, yes. And I'm still hopeful of getting an interview with him, if he'll do it. Now, he's been a little busy. I get it. But I hope that sometime, he will take some time to either do it here or do it, on the phone. But I'm hoping that can work. All right, we'll get David's call very quickly here. David, hello.
Hey, Steve. Hey, talking about the bowls, I think they have become meaningless, especially with the money these athletes are making now. Back in the day, when you got to go to a bowl, it may have been exciting to go tour a aircraft carrier and get a watch, but when most of these athletes are making more than their parents are making, I don't know that appeals to them a whole lot, Steve. And the last thing real quick is the thing with Michigan, you had to know that with it coming as late as it did, there was a cause or a cause factor involved in that firing. Have a good one, Steve.
All right. Thank you, David. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we're going to talk Santa Fe College. They're right down the street here. Women's basketball coach David Lowry will join us next as we bring in the final half hour of a sports scene for a Thursday here on WRUF.
You're home for Thursday Night Football, right here on WRUF.
It's football season, touchdowns and celebrations, and unfortunately, injuries. If you're injured, call Titan MRI and Imaging. No need to deal with long wait times and high costs to get your scans done. Titan MRI and Imaging will save you time and money. And the experience at Titan MRI and Imaging, much more personal than the sterile atmosphere of a hospital. Joe and his team are personally involved and will guide you through the entire process at any of their 3 convenient locations. So if you need a scan, call Titan MRI and Imaging. Learn more at TitanMRI.com.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Need a new AC and wondering who to call? I'm Kirk Smith, owner of Crystal Air and Water. Our team of professionals are strongly committed to responsiveness, problem resolution, customer satisfaction, and service excellence. We promise to meet the heating and cooling needs of your home with the most effective and energy-efficient products available. Maybe that's why we're the most liked AC company on Facebook. Follow us today. Crystal Air and Water, online at acpenguin.com.
License number CMC 1249384.
Yes, I'm calling Crystal Air and Water. Call Crystal.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
The holidays are here and Miapa has your meal ready. Give your kitchen the night off and order a holiday dinner from Miapa for your family gathering, holiday party, or corporate event. Miapa's got your entire meal covered, from the roasted turkey or pernil ham to your favorite Miapa sides, like rice and beans, Cuban bread, and of course, sweet plantains. All starting at $109.99. With 6 convenient locations, no one caters better than Miapa. Don't let cooking get in the way of a great meal. Get your holiday dinner at Miapa Latin Cafe.
The best conversations happen with Los Landeros tequila, like this recent conversation between 2 Gator legends.
Coach, you know, it always impressed me how you beat Florida State to win the 1996 national championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spur's Gridiron Grill. 100% agave, Los Landeros tequila. Aged in bourbon barrels for a smoother taste.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Almoverdi. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Well, for those who are listening locally, don't forget, with all the sports here on the Florida campus, Santa Fe College is in the midst of its basketball season now. Going to bring back an old friend to the program here. He's coaching the women's basketball team over there. David Lowry now joins us. David, man, good to catch back up. How are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Well, thanks for doing this. Okay, for those who don't know about your past and, you know, being in Gainesville and then coming to Santa Fe, just sort of go through that journey a little bit.
Definitely. I actually started coaching for the Gators in 07, was hired with Amanda Butler in 07 from Charlotte. Got a chance to come to Gainesville with her, obviously former Gator. Worked for the Gators from 07 to 15. From 15 to 19, got a chance to go to the University of North Florida. And obviously just been rolling from there. Got a chance to coach and recruit a couple Gator greats from Santa Fe College, Lanita Bartley, point guard, Steffi Sorensen, obviously prolific three-point shooter, now ESPN analyst. And so it's been a great run. And obviously now I'm in the seat of Chanda Stebbins, who was the GOAT of Santa Fe women's basketball.
Thus far this season, tell me about your years so far.
It's been a good year. I mean, obviously the win column doesn't show that, but obviously we've been in every game. We played our first game back in end of October. We played Lewisburg, ended up losing to those guys by 9. It was a tie game with 2:50 left, and all my freshmen showed up and officially started to give the ball away. But that was our first game of the season. And then went into November, lost our home opener by 2, lost at Tallahassee by 3, ended up winning against Edward Waters and Wayne County. Edward Waters, which is out of Jacksonville, really showed up that game, 105-28. Kids played really well offensively. And then our next game was against Wayne County, so we ended up winning 2 in a row. Really put up some points both of those games. Wayne County, traditionally out of the Detroit area, a really good program up in that area. Kids really took care of business. And then we ended up having Tallahassee here at home. Was up 17-18 at some point, and the floodgates opened up turnovers. We just couldn't take care of the ball, ended up losing by 4 to them. And then last weekend we ended up losing by 11 to St. Pete. You know, again, just I think it's been a season of trial and error, living and learning. We didn't rebound against St. Pete, and they really outmuscled us on the boards. You know, just the ability to be able to compete again on the glass was something we didn't do a very good job, of. And, were we the talented team? Yeah, by far. But, in the end, it's all about the other things that matter, and it's just competing, getting on the glass and rebounding that. And that came in and actually bit us in the butt and hurt us pretty hard. So that's where we're at. I was talking to somebody the other day. I was like, these close games kill you. I'd rather lose by 20 than lose by 4 or 3 or 2, man. But I think for me, where I see us at is we're definitely making, we're progressing. I think we're getting better. I always, try to judge that by how we start practice, how we compete, how we show up. And I really think we're getting there. Is it going to hopefully pay off toward the most important part of which is the conference season that really jumps in January when we get back? For sure. But I definitely think we're getting better.
You got some local kids on the roster too. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I've got a couple young ladies, 2 from the Hawthorne area, 1 from the Rock, 1 from the Villages. And so Zaya McCray, who's actually one of my starters as a freshman, she started her career at PK Young, ended up finishing up her career down at the Villages. She comes in, plays the off-guard spot for us, really jumped out the gates, as a freshman for us. She's been really doing some good stuff number-wise. I actually, like I said, I really depend on her to, come off the bench and really, not off the bench, but obviously start for us and, put up some numbers and just really be unique for us. She's right now averaging about 11 points a game, 2 rebounds, shooting 36% from the floor. Really good freshman. I think she's got a chance to be pretty good. Again, I think just learning to adjust to the speed of the game and just kind of what that means on the next level, not high school anymore. I've got another young lady by the name of Demaya Adams, who actually probably had her best game of the season this past Saturday. She ended up having 14 points, I believe, came off the bench for us. She's a natural scorer, man. She has instincts that, you can't teach. She's a pesky little defender. Again, I think the speed of the game, the consistency of the game, just really trying to find her place is something that I think she's slowly getting right now. And then our last player from the area that's gotten quality time most recently is Jalea Jackson. She's been battling a few injuries, but we've been able to put her in the last 2-3 games, and she's becoming a fan favorite in the stands. They call her Tootie. That's her nickname. And Tootie is our JUCO version of Audie Crooks from Iowa State. And she's just, great frame on her, really does a good job of positioning on the block. Her footwork's amazing. Just really trying to get her in a little bit more better shape and obviously nurse some injuries, man. But those kids they're pretty talented, man. They just got to adjust to the speed and the level of the game and just the tempo and intensity of what it brings to the table. Our last freshman is Audrey Hubbard. She's been nursing sickness and, knee injury. So we're hoping to get her back this weekend. She's practiced the last couple of days, but she's obviously hit that. I call it that freshman bug, man, where you just think when you think you're moving, then you take one more step back, and then you got to get up again, and it just keeps happening, man. But she's fighting through mentally. But the good group of kids, man. Really excited about them and their future here. Hopefully, they obviously see themselves, progressing more. But they're definitely getting better, man. So definitely excited about them.
If somebody wants to come out and watch your team play, you got any games coming up here home they can come watch?
Yeah, absolutely. So we open up against Eastern Florida this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Against Eastern Florida. That'll be our only home game before we come back in January. But super excited. I get a chance to coach against a former coworker of mine who I got a chance to win a national championship with at Northwest Florida, Zach Banks. So we've got Eastern here this next Wednesday coming up. So we'd love to have people come out and support us.
Well, David, it's great to have you back. When you get further into your season, we'll have you back. But it sounds like this is a fun group to coach.
It is, man. We literally just had our staff Christmas party, and Coach Stebbins asked, what are you thankful for? What are you, appreciative of? And I did. I mentioned my team, and I really appreciate, like, how hard they work, how they get in the gym, how they've obviously been receptive to me and my staff. We've used this week to, like, really focus on the skill development piece because we've been in exams. And so I'm actually heading over to campus in a little bit. We got graduation going over here at Santa Fe. So UF has been gracious enough to let us use the practice facility every day this evening. So we got practice at 5. And so we get in there at 4 o'clock. We do an hour worth of skill development. And just really get in there, man, and grind, man. And they've really, really bought into it. And so I'm appreciative and excited about them because we're getting better. And I think they want to get better. They want to represent Santa Fe, and they want to keep growing. And so I'm excited about the group that they bring us for sure.
When you see Coach Stebbins, make sure you tell her hello for me. Thank you for taking the time. Enjoy your holiday. We'll get you back as the season progresses, David.
Definitely, Steve. Thank you, man, and happy holidays, and go Saints.
Appreciate you. Thank you, David. Good guy. And, again, I was doing women's basketball radio when he was here, so I've known him a long time. All right, let's get quickly here. Malik, in my opinion, the beloved Bama shouldn't have gotten in. The SEC championship should have been Georgia versus A&M, which would have left Bama out. Or going into the SEC championship, Bama should have been on notice. If they lost, no matter what, they were out. You can't do that, though, Malik. You can't say to a team, if you lose, you're out, because there's other factors that go into who makes it and who doesn't. He said, we're rewarding losses, and I'm totally against that. Okay, entitled to that, Malik. Let's get to John. Hello, John.
Hey, thanks for having my call, Steve. I'll tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, this college football playoff thing, and either shorten it to 6 games or expand it to 18 or 20 games. Because I tell you what, you telling me that James Madison and Tulane are going to be ranked ahead of Texas and Notre Dame at the end of the year? Because they should be now, because they're in the 12-team playoff system. I don't get it. The whole thing's a farce the way it is right now. What do you think?
It's going to be tweaked. I think that's coming. And I think most people who follow the sport think that's coming. Now, is it going to be expanded? I think it is. I don't know that you'll see more than one group of 5 team in it. So, I mean, there's certainly tweaks to be made to it. And look, no disrespect, it's cool. One of the things I think I lose sight of is how cool it is for James Madison to be in there, right? I mean, those kids are going to have that chance to play, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them. So great for the school, great for them, great for Tulane, right? And it's a showcase. It just so happens that Sumrall's there, who's Florida's next coach. So I think there's a little more added interest because of that. But I do think it's going to get expanded. I do think it's going to get tweaked.
Well, I tell you, James Madison and Tulane are going to feel like they got screwed over if they ain't the top 12 teams in the nation after being in the 12-game playoff. And Notre Dame and Texas will certainly wonder why the heck they didn't. Never mind. It's the whole thing. it's just a farce the way it is right now. Thanks for taking my call, Steve.
All right, John. Thank you. I don't know if it's a farce, but do I get that a lot of people think it should be changed or tweaked? Yes, I do. By the way, tomorrow, if everything goes according to Hoyle on the show, Mark Wise here will talk some hoops with you. His schedule's already crazy. Don't forget, mark this down. January 5 is the first Hoop There It Is show. Okay? It'll be noon on Monday. So mark that down. Jenny Rowland, the Gator Gymnastics coach, will be here live in studio. Their hype night is coming up. Their season is right around the corner. And then Sean Devaney from Heavy.com will talk a little NBA with you. And we are hopeful, because of Tulane being in this, we hope to have Roddy Jones here. And if you don't know who Roddy Jones is, he works for ESPN. He just had the analyst role in Tulane's last game. So I want to get his thoughts for you on what he sees with this Tulane team, what he sees with Sumrall, etc. We're still working on that to confirm it, but I hope he'll be here tomorrow for that. So looking forward to that. There will be no prognostication Friday tomorrow because there's one game. It's Army-Navy, right? So we won't have that. And a couple of people have asked this. Our final show will be a week from tomorrow. And then we're going to take a couple of weeks off for the holiday and come back in January. So just wanted to make you aware of that. And again, one more time, tomorrow is the day we're giving away 4 pair of 4-day passes to Welcome to Rockville. 1 pair for each show. And again, the song to listen to is Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. We'll take a break. We'll have a chance for you to call in. And our final segment today, I'd like to hear from you to close out the show today. It's been a good Thursday program as you listen to Sports Scene.
He's got the 1966 Heisman Trophy, the 1996 National Championship Trophy, and 7 SEC trophies. Now he's got a new trophy, a can of beer. Steve Spurrier was the head ball coach. Now you can call him the head beer coach. Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager is available in 16-ounce cans at Gator games and stores all across Gainesville. You can also get it in the can or on draft at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Refreshing in all kinds of weather, Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager, a legend in a can.
Attention local and regional CDL-A drivers in the North Florida area. Pritchett Trucking is currently looking for local and regional drivers. Are you looking for a driver-friendly environment? Pritchett Trucking offers more home time, great pay, and great benefits, including health insurance and paid time off. And they also offer a quarterly performance and safety program, plus a sign-on bonus. Pritchett Trucking's regional drivers are home weekends and local drivers are home daily. If you're at least 23 years old and want a rewarding career with great pay, don't let the opportunity pass you by. Apply online at PritchettTrucking.com.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.